PivotPro. Load properly. Stop swaying. If you suffer from excessive sway, reverse pivoting, PivotPro will help you feel and detect pivoting flaws that sometimes you don't feel when you hit inconsistent shots. PivotPro. Be consistent and more power to you.
Okay, Chris, we're going to do some work on your golf swing, and we're going to use the PivotPro to do it. Now, I'm going to have you step in, and let's just go through how easy it is for somebody. We just used it for a couple days, but it's like a ski binding. You just step into the shoe and put the binds on, and just 1, 2. And now if you want to tighten it up, what's the key?
Just pull these little levers here. Flips over one click at a time.
Okay, now I want to go through a few problems that people might have. You demonstrated a few poor swings, and I think one of the key poor swings is when the person gets too fast and the rod gets in the way, actually, like that. Do that again. So let's understand what's going on right there. Go up to the top, and yeah. So what happened there was, got to the top and his legs started too fast, his arms went behind him. If you have that problem, we're just gonna take this out, and we're just gonna work with the with PivotPro and slow that foot down a little bit as you start down. We're not going to leap off there so fast where you get stuck behind you. Now, what you have when you put PivotPro is an angle, and really you can't go outside once you put this bindings on. I guess you could, but it'd be very awkward. So I'd like you to make a couple backswings with it, and the idea would be to start down and do your start down correctly, where you're a little slower. That's it. Do it good. Now, if we put this guy back in, very easy to put into this little socket right there. Now, let's do it the right way, and we'll see that it's really not in the way. No problem. So let's hit a golf shot here. So if you're swinging correctly, the rod is not going to be in your way. Terrific. Now, a couple things happen. You got the tee out of the ground, and this rod is now pointing just a little bit to the right of your target, which I like, meaning you haven't gone around on it. If you see this guy turn around too much, that's a problem where you're spinning your hips too much. So do a practice swing. That's great. Beautiful. You went to a full finish. Any problems with doing that?
No, it feels great.
Okay, so if you feel the rod's getting in the way, and try it again, where it's getting in the way, that means you've done a bad job with your footwork, with your legs. They're too fast. You've pushed out, your rear end's pushed in. You've kind of lost that spine tilt coming down. The rod gets in the way. If you have that problem, take the rod out for a while. Practice your swing where you've got a more stable right leg coming down, that you're in the ground. This PivotPro will help you do that, and then put the rod back in. One of the problems that I saw you demonstrate with your full swing was the reverse pivot. So I'd like you to reverse pivot here on this. Now at address, you've got your weight inside, you're in great shape, everything's good, and you see the rod there. Take a look, before you start, take a look at the rod. You can see your distance right there. Now I want you to do a little reverse pivot for me. That was quite a bit. Now obviously, if you do that much, you can see a huge gap there. Now what you want to do is be able to stabilize against the pole. Right. That, for somebody that's reverse pivoting, that actually might feel like your hips are kicking a little bit to the right, a little kick, just so you can stay against the pole. We do not want to see you do this twist move. That's when your hips actually twist and the weight goes into the left leg here. You have a little sink, your left knee might sink a little bit. That puts you right over on your left leg, and that's going to make you like the swing you did where you went backwards when you hit the ball. So you're going to feel like, let's do it together, where you're going to go against that pole. One more time. Against that pole. So you can feel a good braced right leg and some weight on the inside of your right thigh. Great. Okay, so I'm going to be watching to see if you do this right. That was good. Very good. God, you ought to use this thing. Too bad you can't play with it.
PivotPro. Be consistent and more power to you.